You see the prize in his hand. The NWA Western States Championship has several decades of history. Perhaps the most recognized and famous title holders are the likes of Barry Windham and Larry Zbyszko, who held the championship on Superstation TBS once upon a time. Prestigious legacies throughout the NWA and all of their championship histories. No one knows that more so than J.J. Dillon, the man currently cupping his ears with his hands as the crowd comes alive for the energetic Brian Kendrick, who has a very unusual state of mind. You have a conversation with this guy, he can certainly come at you with some philosophies and theories you've never thought about before or may not have wanted to think about. But at the end of the day, this young man, this young veteran knows pro wrestling. You see J.J. Dillon getting a good look at the action involved as Kendrick with a takedown. Dillon quick to protest as Riviera gets to the ropes. Dillon was the Manager of the Year as voted by the readers of Pro Wrestling Illustrated 3 different times during his tenure. Not just the mind behind the Four Horsemen so often, as Riviera's friend makes his presence known again, all too auspiciously. Well, at least Brian Kendrick has somebody to watch his back in case Johnny Morton decides to get a little bit too presumptuous with his activities like he did earlier. Takes down Kendrick, pointing out that Dillon, not just a leader of the Horsemen, but also spent years of his life making dusty roads miserable down in Florida, trying to effectively end the American dream as Riviera gets to the ropes, necessitating a break.
What are you talking about? He had even a leg hold. What are you going to
Riviera is certainly one of the most disliked individuals I've seen in quite some time. Something about this guy, as soon as you meet him, you can tell he's a little bit too full of himself, a little bit too stuck up, and he's great. Let's make no mistake about it, Riviera is one of the best, but as good as he is, he's still not as good as he thinks he is. As the rump-based offense leads the side headlock takedown, Kendrick break counter. Kendrick knows the business very well in his own right, operates a wrestling school here in the California area. Kendrick, as well as former partner Paul London, doing a great job of teaching the next generation and giving back to the business, but certainly make no mistake about it, Kendrick, still in his prime, his best days are not behind him. But it's Riviera now, who does enjoy a size advantage over Kendrick. I'd suggest some, perhaps 20 pounds or so. But Kendrick gets the momentum on his side. Beal out of the corner, drop kick follow through. And Kendrick gonna follow suit. Kendrick's conspiracy theory nature would suit him well here if he was watching the first 2 rounds of this tournament and watched how Riviera backdoored his way into this opportunity. But Kendrick tried to put the brakes on and couldn't. Kendrick hits sternum first, and wait a second, we saw this before. Riviera the chair, much like in the first round. Don't tell me, no. Kendrick counters. The chair to the head. I don't see how any man could be proud to win a championship of this prestige like Riviera had tried to do a moment ago. And thankfully, Kendrick maybe was watching, maybe did have some conspiracy theories, and proved them true and thwarted. Wait a second. Johnny Morton got taken out. And that moment momentary lapse of attention from Brian Kendrick allowed Riviera to drop out of harm's way. Always with a plan, as Riviera finds 2. And Riviera all over the hair of Kendrick as well. Again, NWA Championship to be decided, all about tradition, respect, honor. NWA World's title dates back to 1904. Certainly you mentioned the Western States title dating back several decades as well. Riviera, no regard, past, present, or future. All about himself. And I'm worried about Brian Kendrick. He had a flurry of offense after he hit that ring post, but these ring posts are not rounded. There are very sharp steel edges on them, and one of those edges dug directly into the sternum of Brian Kendrick. Could have very easily cracked it, which would make breathing and mobility certainly very difficult. Kendrick neutralized with the arm bar, but regains his vertical base. Kendrick can move. Follow through, backslide attempt. Drops down to get the leverage. Nicely done. Come on, Johnny Morton again. Riviera's shoulders were down for at least 5 seconds. That's at least the second time tonight Riviera should have lost. But yet he finds himself very much in play here in the tournament finals. Could he add Western States champion, he being Riviera, to a very impressive resume that already includes a movie star, a reality star, and certainly an all-star champion wrestler everywhere else he's been. Not to mention a fat paycheck for both he and J.J. Dillon, and probably some dirty money, a little bit of a cash bonus for Johnny Morton for his important strategy in this series of events so far. Kendrick having to regain his vertical base again. Riviera punishing, and again all over the hair. Referee Jay Stone upset. Riviera could care less. Kendrick elevated in the Gory Guerrero special position. Where's he going to go with him? Kendrick regains use of the limbs and got 2. Kendrick was able to power out, use those arms to roll through into the sunset flip, and Riviera, I think more embarrassed than anything, gets right back on his man. And Riviera showing off more than anything. And if he is underestimating Brian Kendrick, as unique and eccentric as Kendrick may be, you cannot overlook that Kendrick is a world-class athlete and can beat anybody on any given night. He's beaten 2 already, 2 who've made headlines in their own right, Rodriguez and Christopherson. Riviera seems content keeping Kendrick trapped in this armbar, which is very intelligent. Shades of the Anderson, systematic dissection. You pick a body part, you break it down. Kendrick up and over. Kendrick attempts the paddle counter roll-up. Shoulders are trapped. Kendrick pushed off, but right into Johnny Morton. Morton's had that one coming to him all night. And Kendrick, drop kick right to the butt of the jaw. And you can feel the fire, the resurgence in Brian Kendrick. Riviera is staggered. Riviera is down. Morton is down. Kendrick has an opportunity here. That nuisance flag bearer, that entourage, has finally been neutralized, and Brian Kendrick could perhaps feel the Western States title almost in his possession. Series of hard forearm strikes. Riviera sidesteps, but Kendrick counters, skins the cat. Hey, J.J. Dillon! Dillon with the flagpole! And Riviera just hit the one-night stand! J.J. Dillon minded his business all night, but when it mattered most, J.J.'s presence was felt, and he sneaks away like a thief in the night. What a disgusting bargain basement victory, and Riviera once again, huge smile as if he did it all by himself. J.J. Dillon protected his investment. Johnny Morton, like that rash that wouldn't go away, and I'm on that guy's side. That guy has every reason to be upset. Riviera cheated his way, disrespecting the decades of tradition of the NWA. Matt Riviera with Johnny Morton and James J. Dillon, the brand new NWA Western States champion. I am Joe Dombrowski. Thank you for joining us.